Welcome to the Deep Dive. This is where we take a stack of sources, really zero in on what matters, and get you up to speed fast.
And today, yeah, we're diving into AI website builders. We've got this really comprehensive article looking at the top players out there right now.
Right, so our mission here, really understand what these AI tools are, how they claim to make building websites easy, compare some of the big names based on our source, and maybe help you figure out which one could be right for your project.
Exactly. And, why should you care? Well, the promise is huge. Build a professional site, quick, no coding needed. That really opens doors, doesn't it? For businesses, creative stuff, personal sites.
Yeah, it absolutely does.
Fine.
Okay, let's dig in, starting simple. What exactly is an AI website builder, according to this article?
So fundamentally, the source says they're tools using AI artificial intelligence to create professional-looking websites quickly. And the key bit, no coding skills required from you.
So the big promise, mentioned right at the start and again at the end of the piece, is simplification. Taking something complex and maybe a bit intimidating and making it straightforward, saving time and effort.
Totally. And who's it for? The article makes it pretty clear. It's aimed at, small business owners, creative folks, or really anyone just starting out who needs a website but doesn't have that tech background.
Makes perfect sense. If you're running a business or have an idea, you're not necessarily a coder. So how does this AI, how does it actually work? What's the typical process like, based on the examples in the source?
Well, the common starting point seems to be you giving the AI some input. You answer questions, maybe describe your business or brand. Sometimes you might use text prompts.
Okay, so you feed it information,
Yeah, you tell it what you need.
and then the AI just generates a site.
Pretty much. It takes your input and creates like a functional website. That means suggesting a layout, picking colors, putting in some starter content, even finding visuals that match your description.
But it's not like press button finish website, is it? It sounds more like a foundation.
Exactly that. The article stresses this is usually just the starting point. A strong starting point, mind you. But then you step in to refine it, tweak the design, change the text, make it truly yours. The AI builds the skeleton.
Gotcha. Okay, this is where it gets specific. The source looks closely at 6 different platforms. Which ones are they?
Right, the article highlights Wix, Hostinger, Squarespace, Framer, Doric, and 10web. A good mix.
Let's walk through them. First up, Wix. Who does the source say Wix is best for?
Wix is flagged as particularly good for small businesses, people who want that AI convenience but also need quite a bit of flexibility for customization afterwards.
Okay, and they're AI. It's the Wix ADI, right? Artificial Design Intelligence. You answer questions, it builds the site. But the source also mentions specific AI tools.
Yeah, this is interesting. Beyond the initial ADI build, they have things like an AI text creator, an AI image creator, even an AI section creator where you describe a part of the page and it suggests designs. Plus, an AI meta tag creator for SEO.
SEO, search engine optimization. Important for getting found online.
Crucial. And there's a quote from Neri Shalan at Wix Blocks saying AI helps you break free from writer's block or design paralysis. Basically, it makes launching easier.
Okay, next is Hostinger. What's the angle there, according to the source?
Hostinger comes across as a really strong option for people on a tighter budget and total beginners. Affordability is a big plus point mentioned.
How does their AI work? Similar starting point.
Yeah, you give it a brand description, it generates the site layout, content, images pretty fast, apparently in like 30 seconds is the claim. You can guide it with styles and colors too. They've also added some neat extras like an AI tool just for generating product descriptions.
Oh, handy for e-commerce.
Definitely. And they have a general AI writer, image generator, SEO tools, even heat map analysis.
Yeah.
Seeing where people click.
Right, to understand user behavior. There's a quote too, isn't there?
Yeah. Yes, from Indira Prieto, a lettering artist. She says turning her vision into a site with Hostinger was a breeze, all thanks to its simplicity and speed. Really hits that beginner-friendly note.
Makes sense. Moving on to Squarespace. Who's the target audience there?
Squarespace is positioned, according to the source, as the go-to for creatives and professionals, especially those who really value like a polished, high-end visual aesthetic.
And their AI is called Blueprint AI.
That's right. You describe your business, your brand's personality, your goals. And the AI crafts a site structure tailored to that. The article even notes they've worked with OpenAI and Google on their AI features.
So serious tech behind it. What kind of AI tools do they offer?
They've got an AI writer, tools for brand identity, keeping your look consistent, a layout switcher to try different designs easily, and an AI image generator. The source mentions a cool metric. Blueprint AI apparently increased site publishing rates and cut down time spent hunting for stock photos during trial.
That's a concrete benefit.
Yeah, and their philosophy is apparently that AI should help you stand out, not blend in. I like that.
Me too. Okay, Framer. This one seems a bit different. Best for designers, the source says.
Yeah, Framer is interesting. It's highlighted for designers who want to use AI but still keep a lot of creative control. The AI isn't just building the whole thing up front necessarily.
How does that work then?
It's more like AI as a co-pilot during the design process. It can, for example, generate code from prompts, but it seems integrated in a way that supports a designer's workflow rather than replacing it. They have AI for rewriting text, translation, and this assistant called Workshop.
And the CEO, Kuhnbach, is quoted emphasizing productivity boosts without taking away the magic of building a site. Sounds like it feels familiar if you already use design tools like Figma.
Exactly what the source suggests. It's AI enhancing an existing skill set, not trying to bypass it entirely.
Okay, number 5, Doric. What's the story here?
Doric is presented as a really comprehensive but still affordable solution. Good for small businesses and agencies, the source suggests.
How does their AI function?
They lean heavily on prompt engineering. So you describe your site idea in quite a bit of detail, and the AI generates a full version based on that. Apparently, you can easily regenerate parts, pages, sections with just a click. They also have the AI image and text generators.
Sounds powerful. Any standout features?
The co-founder, Mizanur Rahman, says it combines ease of use with high customizability. You can build fast or spend ages perfecting it. The source seems impressed. It offers templates, AI, plus things like a built-in CMS content management system, and even membership features, all in one package.
CMS is key for updates.
Yeah.
And there's a user quote.
Yeah, Steve West from entrepreneurnet.com calls it super simple to use, intuitive, and fun to work with. Pretty positive.
All right, last one, 10Web.
Yeah.
Recommended for WordPress users.
Yeah, that's the niche highlighted. It's pitched as an all-in-one platform that's deeply integrated with WordPress and includes hosting on Google Cloud.
How does their AI builder work?
You give it a business description, and they have an Enhance with AI feature to help with that, and it builds a complete WordPress site very quickly, like in minutes.
Wow, minutes is fast. Any unique features mentioned?
A big one seems to be competitor cloning. You can basically point it at a competitor site, and it copies the structure and layout as inspiration. Then you put your own content in.
It's potentially controversial, but definitely interesting.
For sure. They also have an AI co-pilot. This helps you fine-tune the site after the initial build using simple text commands, and it works with the Elementor editor, which lots of WordPress users know.
Elementor is huge in the WordPress world, so that integration makes sense. And the user feedback.
Seems really strong in the article. An owner CEO loved that the AI site looked good and he could use Elementor. A market research analyst said the AI does everything for you. All you have to do is prompt. And a small business staffer felt they combined AI, ease of use, and hosting in a magical way.
Magical is quite the endorsement. Okay, that's a lot to take in. 6 platforms, all using AI, kind of differently. If we step back, what are the big takeaways from the source when comparing them?
Well, one thing that really stands out is that spectrum of AI use, right? You've got tools like Doric or 10Web aiming to generate almost the whole site from a prompt.
All right, the full build approach.
Then you have Wix, Hostinger, Squarespace, where the AI provides powerful tools within the editor for text, images, sections, more like AI assistants.
Assisting the creation process.
And then Framer, which is almost like an AI partner, specifically for someone who already thinks like a designer.
So it's not just one type of AI builder. That's a really useful distinction. The source helps clarify. What about those common questions the article tackles? Like, how do these really help beginners?
The source boils it down to automating complex steps, removing the need to code entirely, and just the sheer speed and simplicity. The AI handles the technical stuff that used to be a major barrier.
Makes sense. And for small businesses, what should they be looking for according to the article?
Priorities mentioned are ease of use, definitely. Good customization options so the site doesn't look generic. Cost is always a factor. Making sure it works well on phones, mobile friendliness, built-in SEO tools, and if they sell stuff, e-commerce features.
And the article specifically mentioned Wix, Doric, and 10Web as good fits for SMBs.
Yeah, those were highlighted as being particularly well-suited.
Okay, the elephant in the room for me, and the article addresses it too, design flexibility. Can an AI site really be customized as much as, say, building from scratch or using a traditional builder?
The source acknowledges it's a trade-off. AI builders give you amazing speed and simplicity, which is huge. But yeah, traditional builders can offer more granular, deep down control if you need truly unique, complex customization.
So it's like speed and ease versus ultimate fine-grained control.
Exactly. You gain efficiency with AI, but if absolute pixel perfect, totally bespoke design freedom is the number one priority, a traditional route might still edge it out for some very specific needs. It's about knowing what you value most.
Choosing the right tool for the job, basically. It really sounds like the message isn't AI replaces humans, but more AI helps humans.
That's absolutely the core takeaway from the article's conclusion. These tools have genuinely changed the game, made web development accessible.
And the point that comes through, both in the quotes and the final summary, is that the best results come from combining these cutting-edge AI tools with actual human creativity, your personal style, your vision.
Right. It's not about outsourcing your creativity to the AI. It's about using AI to speed up the process, break through blocks, and help you realize your ideas faster and maybe even better.
The source recommends trying things out, right? Free trials, basic plans.
Yeah, definitely. That seems like the smartest way to see which platform's AI approach clicks with how you work and what you need.
It's really clear these tools are super powerful for getting online quickly. But it does make you think. If AI can generate a functional site structure so fast, where does the real value of human design input and authentic content creation lie now? How's that balance between AI speed and the essential human touch going to evolve?
That's the big question, isn't it? The AI provides the canvas, maybe even the first sketch, but the masterpiece still needs that human spark, that unique voice.
Definitely something to mull over. Well, that was our deep dive into AI website builders based on this really useful article. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. It was fascinating.